We have seen in the previous video that the bag is at rest relative to the car since the distance between the bag and the car is not changing. The bag is in motion relative to the stop sign since the distance between the bag and the stop sign is changing. Does the distance of the U relative to the peg change? The U is moving along a circle centered by the peg. The distance between the U and the peg represents the radius, which is constant. The distance of the U with respect to the peg does not change. Does the position of the U relative to the peg change? Yes. First, the U was above the peg. While rotating, its position is changing. The U was above. Now, to the left of the peg, below the peg, to the right of the peg. So, while rotating, the position of the U is changing relative to the peg. The U is in motion with respect to the peg since the position of the U changes with respect to the peg. Now, let's answer part D. For an object to be in motion with respect to another object, its distance with respect to this object should change. Specify whether this statement is true or false. The statement is false because in case the motion is circular, where the reference is the center, the distance does not change, but the position of the object changes relative to the center. Read number 5. You have to define trajectory. What is trajectory? Let's see. How can we follow a man or a car in a desert or on snow? By following traces on the sand or snow. What do these traces represent? Positions occupied by the man or the car while moving on sand or snow. These traces represent the trajectory of the moving man or the moving car. Help the ant to reach the ant nest. In order to show the ant the way to get to the nest, you'll be drawing a pathway. This pathway is in reality the positions occupied by the ant while moving. By drawing this pathway, we obtain the trajectory of the moving ant. Can you now give the definition of trajectory? Trajectory is the set or group of positions occupied by a moving object during its motion. The ball is falling down. While falling, it will be occupying different positions. When we join these positions together, a trajectory is obtained. The trajectory of the falling ball is vertical. In this case, the trajectory of the moving ball is circular. In this case, the trajectory of the moving ball is zigzag. Let's go back to number 5, worksheet 1. The virtual circle where the U moved represents the trajectory of the U's motion. Define trajectory by arranging these terms in one sentence. So, trajectory is the set of positions occupied by a moving object during its motion. The last idea in this chapter is how to describe the motion of two moving objects. Violet car is 3 meters in front of the red car. Both cars start moving at the same speed. Red car is the reference. Is the distance between the two cars changing? No. It was 3 meters and it is still 3 meters. Is the position of the violet car changing relative to the red car? No. It was 3 meters in front of the red car. While moving, it's still 3 meters in front of the red car. Is the violet car at rest or in motion relative to the red car? At rest, since the distance and the position of the violet car are not changing relative to the red car. So, two objects moving at the same speed are at rest relative to each other. The blue car is 3 meters in front of the red car. The cars start moving, but with different speeds. Red car is considered the reference. Is the distance between the two cars changing? Yes. As you see, the distance between the two cars is increasing. Is the position of the blue car changing relative to the red car? Yes, it's changing as it's getting away from the red car. Is the blue car at rest or in motion relative to the red car? In motion, since the distance and the position of the blue car are changing relative to the red car. So, two objects moving with different speeds are in motion relative to each other. Out from the two previous examples, two objects moving at the same speed, the distance between them is constant. The position of one object does not change relative to the another object. While two objects moving with different speeds, the distance between them changes. The position of one object changes relative to the another object.